Just 1 year ago, the Mississippi River was overflowing at historic levels.
Our shops on the Louisiana side were all underwater, a foot and a half over the roof. And this year we're in a drought situation.
Today, a very different picture as massive sandbars line the banks near VICKSBURG, Mississippi.
And now we are about 2 feet on the VICKSBURG gauge. So you can do the math and know that we are about 55 to 56 feet difference from this time last year as today.
Along the 2,500 miles of the mighty river are signs of the country's worst drought in 50 years. About 200 miles north of VICKSBURG in Tunica, Mississippi, some cargo boats are running aground in the shallows. And for those barges that successfully make their way through the canals, they are being forced to lighten their loads and slow down. We caught up with the Corps of Engineers who run this river to watch exactly how they are clearing the channels for commerce.
The Army Corps of Engineers is out here on the Mississippi working 20 hours a day, dredging sand, sucking it up, trying to make way for these massive vessels and barges. Right now we're headed to the oldest commissioned vessel in their fleet, 1933, so they put it out here on the river.
Nearly 60 men have been on this dredging vessel for several months.
We're breaking records with the water being as low as it is this year, and partially of that is last year's flood put a lot of silt in places they usually not. So, and the river being so low is what we got to dredge out here.
So with a record number of boats running aground, the Corps is sucking up 52,000 cubic yards of sand a day. That's about one football field stacked with 16 feet of debris. They excavate the sand with this mechanical dredger that cuts down into the river basin nearly 20 feet.
As we drop the head down, the jet nozzles will start making a slurry and the water breaking material up, and the pump will suck it in and we discharge it out 1,000 feet out the back of the dredge.
The sand, silt, and rock, cut and vacuumed up, head down a sophisticated chain of piping. The end result is this. The debris explodes from this high-pressure system, landing far from the channel, so that barges can now make their way through.
Normal river stage right now should be 18 to 20 feet here, and we down to single digits, so we'll be here till we get some water, somewhere on the river till we get some water.
Not since 1988 has the Mississippi River experienced low water levels like these. As long as the Corps of Engineers continues dredging trouble spots, the mighty Mississippi will be navigable. Without these efforts, the country's most important economic waterway, transporting $180 billion of goods on barges, would be in dire straits. Robert Ray, Associated Press, Tunica, Mississippi.